Hi everyone, here is something of astrological note, a little bit extra for March. It's also of astronomical note. Some of you may already have heard about the lineup of the two planets, Venus and Jupiter, in March. Well, they're coming to their closest point on March the 15th, which from the UK now, that'll be tomorrow. And you can see them if you go outside at nightfall, not long after sundown, and look towards your western sky. You should be able to see these two great orbs of light, which look like two very far away suns. They're the two planets, Venus and Neptune, and they will be sending out very, very good vibes, astrologically speaking, and we could all do with a little bit of that, I reckon. So you can just maybe get your binoculars out as well if you've got a clear sky. But interestingly enough, if you turn the other way, sort of due east, so turn around in the other direction, you should see the little red glinting planet Mars, which is in Virgo and has been in Virgo for a long time. And if you know your constellations, it's just in front of the constellation of Leo at the moment, but it's in Virgo, astrologically speaking. There it'll be like in the eastern sky, and then climbing higher, slightly southern, and then be on the western horizon when it sets just before sunrise. So even though in astrology we don't say that Mars is opposite Venus and Jupiter, actually it looks pretty much opposite where Venus and Jupiter are. So a really pretty sight in the sky. And the next time this happens with Venus and Jupiter, the two great benefics, which in traditional astrology they will call the great beneficial energies of the zodiac. These two won't come together like that until May 2013. So this is the best time to see them if you're interested. And there's a little bit of fairy dust with this one, really. It's a very genial, generous, giving energy of Venus and Jupiter when those two get together like that. It can really benefit relationships, the artists among you, or if you're doing anything which is artistic, or anything to do with learning new stuff, but in a very friendly kind of a way. It's a very humanitarian energy too, I would say, but it's great for financial undertakings because Venus also rules money. But you might find that it's not quite in the way that you're used to. But it's not likely to be an uncomfortable, sharp sort of energy. It's so in the weather forecast that I'm sort of giving here, vibrationally speaking, you can make use of this weather system coming in here. And as I say, it's been edging closer together over March, but it will come to its closest point, tightest conjunction on March the 15th, and then slowly tail off. But really between March 15th and March 24th, it's pretty close, and will still, you still see it all through March. So I'm going to give some guidelines of how this may be affecting each one of the signs. For you, Aries, well, a fair wind is likely to be blowing through your house of money, property, possessions, also your health. If there's been any health problems, someone who is unusual maybe, or from a very different background or mindset to you, could prove valuable. Or it might be somebody that is far away, connecting you to a faraway place, but you're likely to get material success at this time, or improve physical well-being, or both. Why not have them both? For you, Taurus, you may be feeling more appreciated by others, as your Taurian charm is going to be radiating really, really strongly at this time, and you will be feeling more friendly and loving towards others around you. It could be to do with family, it could be a romantic relationship, it could be with your partner, but also bodes well for businessy type things as well, seeing that Venus is your ruling planet. And by the way, did I mention that Venus and Jupiter are in your sign? So this is a terrific, quite short transit, but a terrific transit for you, and definitely time for you to be a bit self-indulgent as well. go in for a makeover, have some therapy, do some retail therapy, and just do things that you really helps you relax and feel good. But treats will be in the pipeline, I think, so you can afford to be a little bit more self-indulgent and very much perhaps appreciating certain others more and them appreciating you more as well. For Gemini, well, your pleasures are secret and maybe behind the scenes, or rather, should I rephrase that? Things that give you enjoyment and pleasure, you could be busy beavering away behind the scenes. Great use for artistic Geminians, actually. Getting on with something which isn't going to be ready for a little while. Also, another way this can work is that you're bonding quietly with someone in your own private little bubble together, or you are teaming up, there's teamwork going on in a sort of enclosed, cloistered environment where you're getting on really well in up close and personal with someone else. Another way it can work is that you're keeping deeper feelings to yourself. Others of you could be feeling a bit nostalgic, a bit wistful, harking back to the past, remembering things. But this is great news for you artistic Geminians, you spiritual Geminians needing healing or giving healing, in fact. Wonderful guidance from unseen realms and your own wise voice within, more likely at this time. For you, Cancer, benefits come through friends, new and old. You'll be out there mixing and mingling and making new friends. A terrific time for that. Or connecting through a group or a network of some kind. And this is, of course, in person or over the wires. Great for anything to do with the internet. Great period for you to further your hopes and dreams. It's like you've had something on the back burner for quite a while and, at last, I can move forward with this. And the force will be with you, and it can come in quite sort of an unusual kind of a way sometimes as well, this moving forward, this progressing. You, Leo, time to snuggle up and get chummy with those who are in a position to give you help, to further your plans, to give you good advice or direction, or maybe those in positions of power and authority. So it's likely that you'll be able to socialize with these kinds of people. It'll be quite light and friendly. Maybe it's just someone, possibly a female, because Venus is a very strong female energy, who can be instrumental to your material or financial or career, maybe success, or maybe it's to do with your general life direction. There'll be somebody there who's a bridge to that. Very likely somebody that's going to be there who's a bridge to nice things coming towards you in your general direction in life. So that's really good. Also, you're likely to be more popular at this time, more maybe with the spotlight on you. And for you arty Leos, this is very good news. And you could definitely have some success at this time, or benefit through a romance or through a business partnership or relationship. Yes. But any of you looking for funding to further things, that might be a good time for that as well. For you, Virgo, wonderful time for you to be expanding your horizons. This is a terrific transit for you. It's short but sweet, this transit of Venus and Jupiter. So expanding your horizons, like through travel and education, but also through relationships. And maybe you as the guide and advisor and the educator yourself. But also, this is a very communicative area, so you putting out the word across a wider area in some sort of medium, or indeed you sourcing from a wider area, or from, this is also a very spiritual house in your solar chart, so maybe sourcing from the levels beyond your information, the higher sort of dimensions. For some of you, this will make sense. And romance or other associations are very well starred at this time, like friendships and family as well, but also business collaborations very well starred, and maybe connected to someone or somewhere at a distance, or a foreign culture, or someone who's got a very different mindset and knowledge base to you, but just what you need. So yes, it's a very, very nice transit for you, Virgo. Now, for you, Libra, a financial boost may be in the pipeline, or a close relationship could deepen now. So this vibe, it bodes very well for doing better with anything upon which you rely on another for their knowledge, for their clever handling of a situation, for their money, for their moral support, their good advice, their confidential good advice, and likely to get confidential good advice at this time, but it could pan out as you're doing better financially or in other material ways, maybe with property. You tend to receive the advice, the guidance, shall I say, that tells you the way to go, but also that guidance might be also coming from you, so check it out with yourself, your gut self. And could lead to a breakthrough for you, could lead to some sort of finishing with certain sort of things, and then, gearing up, shifting gears into another level of the cycle, another part of the cycle. So definitely need to take a step in the right direction, as with all of these transits. These are just weather systems, but take a step in the direction, look to that direction, and you could do better related to property, money, partnership, emotional issues, and also your own inner stuff, and also anything to do with the occult or the psychic side of things as well. For you, Scorpio, it's a wonderful transit which is going to bless your close relationships. Now, it is in opposition to your sun's sign. However, you can still make the most of this one because it's a lovely energy. So you and someone could be schmoozing or really getting to know each other a lot more. Or if it's not like that, it might be negotiating. But definitely at this time, you're likely to be successful if you play your cards right, Scorpio, in a material sense or in an emotional way. Great time to put yourself forwards for something or apply for something, and also a great time to iron out any difficulties or misunderstandings or old feuds. Terrific for that. Sagittarius, benefits through co-workers or a relationship that's perhaps centered around travel or foreign lands or academia, education, whether it's formal education or informal. Your abilities or skills will tend to be more highly prized at this time by others, and you may be on quite a learning curve. You're definitely, your skills are going to have the dust blown off them, but also others could really need those skills of yours, and you can also be teaming up with somebody else who is kind of filling in the gaps that you don't know, if you see what I mean. Definitely a time to be looking over somebody else's shoulder, but also somebody else might be looking over your shoulder and learning as they're doing. Jupiter is your ruling planet anyway, so this is a strong one for you. Also health, if there's been any health problems, could take a turn for the better. Because you're doing things to help yourself. It's not just going to do it all on its own, but the trend will be upwards, so onwards and upwards with health, and you get perhaps the chance to balance things with diet or exercise better for you. If there's been employment issues for you, this is a great one, because this is likely to be you in a situation where you're maybe applying for a job or a position where you can do very, very well. Capricorn, well, this is a great transit for you as well. It's going on through Taurus, a fellow earth sign, so you and Virgo are going to do well out of this one. This can be a very romantic transit for some of you. It can be a transit which brings you closer and gets you to appreciate more your children, your animals, or children, they don't have to be yours, but just, in the family maybe. For others, you get the chance to be successful at something you enjoy. You hit upon something that you really think you're getting quite good at, or you are quite good at. It can be artistic, it can be creative, it can be to do with taking a gamble. because some of you could hit a lucky streak at this time here. And definitely a time for leisure and entertaining activities. Definitely a time to say yes, and to let go and just enjoy. For you in Aquarius, the base of operations could become a meeting place, and you just enjoy good company right in your own backyard. Or if it's not your backyard, it's somebody else's backyard, and you're the host at their place. Rather the visitor at their place, or you're hosting them at yours, or maybe you're not at home at all. But whatever it is, it's very much within a neighborhood or a community. There could be a blast from the past, and maybe you're just feeling sentimental and hark you back to the past, or feeling a bit nostalgic. But great time for settling a feud, catching up with your past or the past. You're likely to feel more peaceful now and appreciating your surroundings a lot more now, your environment a lot more, your neighborhood, your community. So that bodes well for you. Pisces, a happier time in store when you'll be in super sociable mood, and enjoying being very much in the stream and in the swim of information exchanging, making new contacts. You tend to be more upbeat mentally, busier, friendly sort of a mood. You're going to be in a friendly sort of a mood. Very good for negotiations, getting a bargain for yourself, keeping your ears and eyes peeled, and using your people skills and your communication skills, because they're peaking at the moment, and you can come across very well and come across in a very articulate kind of a way. Well, that is how this Jupiter Venus energy may be affecting each one of the signs. These are just guidelines, and of course listen to the forecast for the whole of March that I should be yes, it's there, still there now, and you will then just be able to join it up and see how it works out for you. So I wish you well. I hope that helped, and I'll see you the next time.